it has been announced on December the 14th on Eddie Hearn's Matchroom. So Anthony Joshua will fight Dorian Darch. Interesting one. I think this will be Joshua's fourth fight. He is scheduled to fight and headline the prizefighter belt, actually. So it'll be interesting to see who they put him in with then. I think the fact we haven't got an opponent for that as of yet probably suggests it won't be anyone who is who is a name, so we say. Dorian Darch is an interesting one. He's not going to be known by the public, but he will be known in some boxing circles. He probably is a step in the right direction. Certainly he is I'd say a step up in class. The fact is that he beat Paul Butlin, who was Joshua's last opponent, in a 4-rounder. I think he won every round of that fight, so it's obviously a step up in class because he's beaten Joshua's last opponent. In terms of Dorian Darch's record, he's had 7 fights. He's lost 2. I think more tellingly, only one of his 7 wins has come by way of knockout. So, yeah, I mean, he's probably not the biggest puncher. He's not going to cause Joshua too big of problems in that way. Now, in terms of who Dorian Darch has been in with, all of his victories come against, I suppose it's fair to say, more like the journeyman style opposition. In terms of who he's lost to, he's been stopped by Ian Lewison, and he's been he lost on points to Hughie Fury. So it's an interesting one because obviously every time, he's. I'm not going to say that Ian Lewison and Hughie Fury are world class at this stage, but the fact that they're a slightly higher level of opposition, they've been able to handle Dorian Darch. So I would expect Anthony Joshua to do much the same. I think what would be quite telling is Hughie Fury didn't score a stoppage against Dorian Darch, so I think that would be a good thing for Joshua if he could blow him out, get him out in 2 or 3 rounds. That would, send a message, and so that potentially he's ahead of Fury and moving forward a bit quicker than Fury, despite the fact Fury will have had 3 or 4 times as many fights by that point as him. So I think that's the more interesting point, is how he's going to compare to the likes of Ian Lewison and Hughie Fury, and I think that's good from Eddie Hearn. Is he'll be able to sort of draw comparisons to these guys who are slightly bigger names without the risk of actually putting Joshua in with them. And as I say, with Dorian Darch not being a big puncher or anything like that, it's likely that it's a low risk fight against Anthony Joshua. But I'm pleased to see they're moving him forward in the right direction, keeping him busy, and it's good that he's going in against someone who's had more wins than he's had losses, and beat his previous opponent as well. So it is definitely in the right direction. Be interesting to see who they put him out with on the prizefighter bill. It'll probably be someone he'll blow out in a round or 2. So hopefully Darch will keep him on his toes a bit more and make him work for it slightly. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. I mean, do you think this is going to be a first round knockout, or do you think Darch will take him the distance as he did with Hughie Fury? Please leave your comments below.